Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Well, good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Casey Miller.
And I'm Sierra Gillespie. Thanks for joining us. While we have received our fair share of snow and cold, Buffalo, New York has had a dangerous amount of severe weather. CNN reporter Steve Nanners has the story.
In Buffalo, New York, where snow is nothing out of the ordinary, this is extraordinary.
Buffalonians are used to this weather. We're all strong-willed and we like to shovel and get out and to do things. Today, it's just not one of those days.
More than 6 feet of snow has fallen in parts of western New York, and more is on the way. Buffalo's previous record of 82 inches could be broken.
It is slow going still in South Buffalo. We are making progress, but there's a long way to go.
Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown says more than 230 truckloads of snow have already been removed from the area. Rescuers are using snowmobiles to respond to emergency calls and stranded motorists.
We're trying to get as much done now with evacuating people while we have the nice little sunshine that we have here now. Just trying to get as many people out as we can before the second storm starts to hit over here.
Other parts of the country are also feeling an early start to winter. All 50 states registered temperatures below freezing on Tuesday, with snow on the ground in about half the country. But nothing compares to what residents in Buffalo are experiencing, as the potential for at least 2 additional feet of snow is imminent.
We are the city of good neighbors, particularly at times like this. It is clear that we are one Buffalo.
I'm Steve Nanners reporting.
And this afternoon, Governor Andrew Cuomo said his state has brought in hundreds of National Guard personnel and plans to bring in additional resources. He called it a multi-day event and said it could take 4 to 5 days or longer to clean up all the snow.
And with today's forecast hitting a wind chill of roughly 14 degrees and tomorrow calling for even colder temperatures, NewsLink's Bree Isom took to the streets to see how Ball State's campus is reacting.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, but it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Brutally cold, wintry weather caused residents of Indiana to take out their snow boots and heavy coats a little early this year.
Like it's coming in really early. I'm already getting tired of walking to class and having to bundle up to go outside.
Last November, before the heavy snow and brutally cold temperatures, there were mornings that ranged in the teens. The pattern stayed in place, resulting in the mornings with low temperatures in the single digits in December, followed by 8 below wind chills in January, with negative 15 being the coldest.
Last winter was really cold and we had a lot of snow days. I remember my school got a week off from school, which stunk because we had to make it up at the end of the year.
So I really hate cold weather. I will take a blanket with me. I'm in the architecture building all day and I take blankets with me on the bus when I have to go outside. My friend already had her car door handle break off because of the cold weather. I just really hate it and I want the sun back.
This may be a sign that this winter could be worse than last winter, but we do not know yet. As for now, just bundle up and beat this cold weather. I'm Bree Isom, and this is NewsLink Indiana. Back to you guys in the studio.
And a man who parked his truck near the White House is being held for what Secret Service officers found inside of it. R.J. Kapheim was arrested for having an unregistered firearm as well as dozens of rounds of ammunition and a knife. Kapheim is from Davenport, Iowa, and approached a uniformed officer this afternoon, explaining that someone in Iowa told him to drive to the White House. He showed officers his vehicle and let them search it, where they found the weapons inside. It is unclear whether or not Kapheim has a lawyer.
And the friend of the Boston bombers who is being charged with lying to the FBI and aiding the suspects by deleting information from his computer is requesting a new lawyer. Karulisan Matanov is accused of lying about the contact he had with Dzhokhar and Tamerlan Tsarnaev, including dinner at a restaurant the night of the attack in 2013. Matanov is not accused of participating in the bombings or knowing about them in advance. A federal court hearing is scheduled for Thursday. Tamerlan Tsarnaev died following a shootout with police, and Dzhokhar Tsarnaev is scheduled for trial in January. And the body found Monday in a cornfield in northeast Indiana has been identified as a Fort Wayne man. The Whitley County coroner identified the body as 33-year-old Scott Vogan. Farmer Joe Carroll said he was harvesting his corn near South Whitley when he came across a car and found the body nearby. Police don't know how Vogan ended up in the field, but the coroner does not suspect foul play. Police say the car is connected to a missing persons report filed in August.
And the Indianapolis native who was beheaded by the Islamic State has been eulogized by the United States Senate. Indiana Senator Joe Donnelly gave a 16-minute speech about the Indiana man Abdul Rahman Qassig, saying he was a man of peace and healing and caring. Qassig was captured on October 1, 2013, while aiding a relief organization in Syria that he founded. The White House confirmed Qassig's death on Sunday after the Islamic State released a video of his beheading. Qassig was the 5th Westerner killed by the Islamic State. And Casey, it has been freezing outside lately. I don't know if I want to build a snowman or if I should just let it go.
Well, Sierra, hopefully our own Aaron DeArmond can tell us a little bit more about the weather and that we don't end up frozen.
Certainly, guys, it really was a brisk walk if you had to venture off to classes this morning. Look at that. The morning lows into the teens. 14 degrees was the low that we woke up this morning to head off to classes. 14 degrees, quite the chilly. We did warm up this afternoon, if that's what you want to call it, but compared to the past couple days, 36 degrees was quite warm as we saw for the high today. Much of the area toward the south saw 40 degrees in Bloomington, 39 in Terre Haute. Coming up, though, I'm going to talk about a chance for freezing rain and then a slight warm-up into your weekend, but that's all coming up in my 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Aaron. And coming up on NewsLink Indiana, find out about a house fire that broke out despite this bitter cold.
And how are local students creating a human version of a classic table game? Stay with us.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. An Albany man's home was destroyed by a fire Tuesday morning. John Martin, the homeowner, was at work when he received the call saying his house, located on North Shindell Road, had caught flames. Three people were inside the house at the time of the fire, but all were safely evacuated. Experts say that extreme cold temperatures paired with intense wind helped fuel the fire, which completely destroyed the one-story home. Firefighters from Liberty and Hamilton townships worked together to put out the flames. Currently, the cause of the fire is still under investigation, though officials say it originated at the back of the house.
And the Obama administration is still considering a controversial homeowners insurance. Housing officials told lawmakers that the Federal Housing Finance Agency has yet to make changes promised earlier this year. Mel Watt, the director of the agency, told the Senate Banking Committee he's looking at it aggressively as recently as Wednesday. The homeowners insurance would cost several times more than what ordinary homeowners insurance costs. Banks would buy these insurance plans in order to protect the properties of homeowners beyond their loan payments. State regulators and attorneys suggest banks would inflate the cost of the insurance in order to ensure kickbacks. Currently, Watt is referring to this situation as a tough area, as Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley says it's Watt's position to stop it.
And local school teachers are getting the chance to get creative juices flowing in their classrooms. The Community Foundation of Muncie and Delaware County awarded more than $4,000 in grants to the area teachers for creative projects in honor of Robert P. Bell. Bell was a former director of the foundation and a past president of Ball State University. The Bell Grants will allow Delaware County students to take part in creative learning experiences, like building a human foosball table, analyzing physics through high-speed video, and even making selfies out of duct tape. Grants will be given out to local teachers 4 times each year.
And the U.S. Department of Education has selected 8 Indiana superintendents to participate in a meeting on digital learning held at the White House. Nikki Woodson, a superintendent in the Washington Township of Schools in Indianapolis, was one of those selected. Others selected include superintendents from Madison County, Wabash County, Paoli County, Porter Township, Warsaw, East Noble, and Yorktown. The Education Department called the 8 Indiana representatives among the leading superintendents in their districts for digital learning. This conference comes in accordance with President Obama's Connect Ed plan to connect students to high-speed internet and needed technology, which was announced earlier last year. He announced Wednesday a further plan to expand high-speed internet in schools across the country with a $2 billion budget.
And up next, our own Aaron DeArmond gives us a look at this weekend's weather.
And users might start seeing a little less of a search engine giant. That and more after the break.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome back. Yahoo may be gracing your screens more often. Mozilla Firefox will be dropping its current search engine, Google, and replacing it with Yahoo. The switch will take place for all U.S. users on all computer, phones, and tablet screens. Mozilla and Google have had friction in the past since Google Chrome has taken the lead in the web browser market, leaving Firefox behind. Mozilla and Yahoo have agreed to a 5-year partnership, according to a press release, which stated that this step is the framework for future product interactions and deals.
Well, our own Jessica Zachary traveled to Second Harvest Food Bank to see if students should be volunteering during the holiday season. Now, as that season quickly approaches, Muncie organizations are finding themselves in need of volunteers. Jessica?
Thanks, guys. As the holiday season approaches, organizations like Second Harvest Food Bank find themselves with a handful of student volunteers. Do you think students should be volunteering over the holidays? Let's hear what they have to say.
I think it's important because around the holidays we're surrounded by our family members and our friends, and we're reminded of what we have, so volunteering around the holidays is especially important so that we're giving back to those who may not have.
Through the holidays especially, just because at this time with food and stuff like that, especially here at the food bank, things get very hectic, so putting in an extra hand can always help a lot of people.
The volunteer coordinator at Second Harvest Food Bank is available Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in her office. Contact the office by phone, and you can volunteer at Second Harvest Food Bank for yourself. That's all for your NewsLink Indiana Quick Question. I'm Jessica Zachary. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Jessica. Well, Sierra, I think I'm going to have to really get bundled up for the football game this weekend out at Schumann Stadium.
I cannot believe that you are going out to tailgate. It is way too cold. Aaron, please tell them it's too cold to go out this weekend.
Well, actually, this weekend is going to be a warm-up. But first of all, taking a look across the nation, main talk across the nation is snow here in the Great Lakes. Taking a closer look down into the Muncie area where we are, snow mainly to our north. We may see a few scattered snow showers or flurries throughout this evening before tapering off mainly after midnight, before kind of becoming partly cloudy throughout the rest of the evening. Currently, though, right now, 27 degrees in Muncie. That's mostly the talk around the state of Indiana here. 30 degrees in Bloomington, 25 up in Fort Wayne, into the upper 20s, even approaching 30 right now. Currently, the winds are still strong, coming out of the west around 15 to 20 miles per hour. That's what's making those wind chills so low and allowing it to feel a lot colder than what it really is. Wind chills around the state, 14 degrees here in Muncie, 14 in Indianapolis, 21 in Bloomington. Those strong winds paired with the cooler temperatures is what's really given those kind of unbearable temperature feelings when you head outside as well. Satellite and radar, the past 6 hours, snow showers have been developing. However, most of it's been staying north as a low pressure up here has been pushing forward to the east, allowing a cold front to be pushing throughout the afternoon. A lot of the snow showers will remain to the north. We may see a scattered snow shower or two throughout this evening before tapering off past midnight tonight. Highs today, as I mentioned earlier, 36 degrees we saw today. Not quite as warm as we'd like it to be, but compared to the past few days, it really was quite a warm up. As I mentioned, there's that low pressure system in that cold front that's pushing through tonight, going to clear us out throughout tonight and throughout tomorrow afternoon. High pressure system sitting off here in the southwest will move into the region throughout tomorrow, into Friday as well, keeping those clouds away, giving us mostly sunny conditions, still a little cool on the cool side. Friday night, though, as we see some rain and clouds come into the region Saturday morning, with those temperatures low into like teens, we will see a transition into freezing rain into the morning. However, around 9, 10 o'clock, we'll see a transition back into rain and begin to transition out throughout the afternoon before clearing out Saturday evening into the early evenings. Partly cloudy tonight, though, 15 degrees, going to be a chilly one out there. Wind chills are going to be in the single digits with those strong southerly winds gusting up to 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow, though, partly sunny, cooler, 24 degrees. Going to be dry, though, still with those wind chills, with those winds so strong out of the southwest and those gusting as they are. We'll still see those wind chills still in the teens as well. Taking a look at that 7-day high pressure for Thursday and Friday, as I mentioned. However, we will see freezing rain come Saturday morning before transitioning back to showers. And then a heavier chance for showers, but warmer on Sunday. So hang on to those warmer temperatures Sunday because we're back to the colder weather and more chance for snow on Tuesday.
Oh no, so that means it's going to be a snowy Thanksgiving too, probably, right?
It's possible.
All right, snowy Christmas and Thanksgiving. I'm not really interested in the wind chill factor, though.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be cold out there. You want to bundle up and keep your skin covered when you're heading out there. So.
Well, absolutely. Well, up next, we'll find out when we'll be headed out to the Ball Diamond in the spring.
And the women's basketball team opened their season tonight. What's coming up next on NewsLink Sports?
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Peter Hood with your sports, and we'll tip things off tonight with the Ball State women's basketball team. Head coach Brady Sally and his squad just finished up play a few minutes ago against an in-state foe in Evansville. The Cardinals were able to hold on to win a close one. Final score 76-70. Darian Phillips has more inside Worthen Arena. Darian?
Thank you, Peter. The Ball State Cardinals were able to avenge last year's loss and pick up their first win of the year here in Worthen Arena with a 76-70 victory over the Evansville Purple Aces. It was a very back-and-forth game from the opening jump. The Ball State was able to go into the halftime with a 37-27 lead. In the second half, it was much as the same. Evansville would not go away, cutting the Ball State lead down to as little as 2 late. Ball State once again was able to overcome that and come out with a 76-70 win. Junior guard Natalie Fontaine led the Cardinals with 19 points, but it was sophomore Jill Morrison who stole the show, flirting with a triple-double, finishing with 17 points, 11 boards, and 6 assists. The Cardinals will be in action again in Worthen Arena on November 29th when they host Murray State. That's all from Worthen Arena. Back to you in the studio, Peter.
Thank you, Darian. The Cardinals are now 1-1 again on the young season. They will next be in action on Sunday as the ladies travel to the Bluegrass State to take on the Louisville Cardinals. Now, while spring may seem like it's centuries away right now, it'll really be here before we know it. With spring comes baseball, and with the Ball State baseball team set to begin its new season in a little less than 3 months from now, the Cardinals officially put out their full 2015 schedule this afternoon. The non-conference schedule will feature games with the likes of Kentucky, West Virginia, Illinois, Purdue, and Northwestern. The non-conference schedule features several big-name programs, including 4 that made an NCAA tournament appearance last year. Head coach Rich Maloney said, quote, "We are doing this in hopes of preparing our team for the 27-game grind of MAC play," end quote. That regarding the non-conference schedule. Maloney and his bunch are coming off of a 37-win season, which saw them earn the MAC regular season championship. The Cardinals will open up the 2015 season in Wilmington, North Carolina on February 13th in the Buffalo Wild Wings Battle at the Beach event. And for the full rundown of the Cardinals slate, head to ballstatesports.com. And again, while baseball seems like it's centuries away, college and professional basketball has gotten into full swing, and high school hoops, boys hoops in Indiana is soon to follow. Yesterday, the media released its preseason poll. Among the teams that are ranked first in their respective classes are Carmel, Guerin Catholic, Park Tudor, and Marquette Catholic. Here in Delaware County, 3 teams received votes in the AP. Muncie Central ranked 15th and Yorktown 20th in Class 3A and Wapahani 14th in Class 2A. Yorktown and Muncie Central will face each other November 29th at Muncie Central. That game will serve as the season opener for the Tigers. The Bearcats open the 26th against Jay County. Wapahani gets started the 25th against Blackford. And guys, today, 10-year anniversary of the Malice at the Palace. Pacer fans look back on that day with a little bit of sorrow, but one of the most memorable nights in NBA history, no doubt. And today, 10 years, November 19th, the anniversary.
Yeah, it was quite the controversy. Well, thank you, Peter. After the break, a local orchestra performs a symphony for the senses.
And the skies finally open up in Ball State's planetarium. Stay tuned.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Bailey Weaver with tonight's entertainment news. The Ball State Symphony Orchestra will present its first sensory-friendly concert to the public on this Thursday in Sursa Hall. This special event is designed to be a friendly concert for people with special needs so they can experience live music. The orchestra will perform the Nutcracker Suite, and audience members will enjoy the music with the lights on and with visual schedules displayed around the hall. Interim Director of the School of Music, Ryan Harrigan, gave us more insight about the event.
A lot of people in the area, especially young children, can't just buy a ticket to an orchestra concert or an event because their family knows that they either can't sit for that long or they're not going to be able to, if they would iterate something loud in excitement or whatnot, it might be frowned upon.
This concert is free and will take place Thursday in Sursa Performance Hall at 12:30 p.m. The Charles W. Brown Planetarium will present one of its first shows of the season this Friday at 5 and 6:30 p.m. These 2 shows are titled The Universe Overhead and will discuss the wonders of the night sky. This live planetarium show is free and open to the public and will run for approximately 45 minutes. Arriving early is recommended so audience members can get the best seats in the house. No tickets or reservations are required, and doors will be open for the presentation 30 minutes before each show. That's all for your entertainment news. I'm Bailey Weaver. Now back to the desk.
Thank you, Bailey. And let's take one last look at weather, Erin.
Well, it's gonna warm up this weekend, as I mentioned. A little freezing rain come Friday night into Saturday morning, but warm up nonetheless with some showers. But hang on to that warm weather because colder weather is on its way again next week. So,
thank you. And for Erin DeArmond, I'm Sierra Gillespie. That's all for NewsLink Indiana tonight. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. right here on Cardinal Vision.
And for Peter Hood, I'm Casey Miller. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.